you have some motivation from the last time against playing in Minnesota, correct? I mean, your players, do you feel that? Do they feel that?
To be honest, I'm trying to continue, trying to get better, and so obviously some of the things that were going on, with the group prior to playing Minnesota last time, aren't there other than we didn't play this past weekend. So, we're in a better position right now, and obviously it's the second half of the season, and so, the motivation is to continue to make progress, continue to get better, and hopefully now the last 5 weekends we have that consistency where we're playing games each weekend and we can get into a little bit of a rhythm.
What did you learn about your team after that Minnesota series?
Well, I mean, the big thing about the first game is you got to play 60 minutes. We came out and they were very good the first period. They came at us very aggressive. They scored the opening shift, which gave them energy, and we didn't respond very well. And then we got to the second period, and it was just the opposite. I think we had like 19 shots the second period, got ourselves back in the game. And even in the third period, we tied the score. Unfortunately, it only lasted less than 10 seconds. If it goes any extension of that, if it goes 50 seconds, if it goes a minute, if we get a couple shifts in, I like our chances, but it didn't work out that way. And then again, the game Saturday, the second game was, just a good, solid hockey game, and both teams, pushing each other, both teams elevating their play, and, we end up in a shootout. It was good games at that time. Hopefully we've learned some things. We've gotten better since that point, and so, I think the energy level, is going to be high Friday night when we get to Ritter Arena.
Are they just chomping at the bit to play somebody? This has been a while.
Actually, with school not being in session, they're in a good place. Our practices are a little bit earlier, so they can get up in the morning, have some breakfast, come in, get their work done, and then, relax and enjoy the rest of the afternoon and evening. So I think they're in a good place. Obviously, if school is in, it paints a different picture, but their energy level's been good, practice have been good, and as anybody will tell you, it's time to play a game. And so we're looking forward to 2 games this weekend, and then hopefully a month of more games. And like I say, once you get into a little bit of routine and dial things in and focus in the second half, which is what we need to do, because the 5 weeks is going to go by really quick here, and you just want to be playing your best hockey as we get into February and the latter part of February.
Minnesota presents a lot of challenges to your defense. So, and individually, you think of Heisey, Vereen's been playing well, but do you focus a lot on those individuals, or is it more just a team type aspect when you approach the goalies?
I think for us is, what can we do well, and how can we play at a real high level? And if you're able to do that consistently for, the 3 periods each night, there's going to be times where their individual players make good plays, and you just have to respond and connect. And probably to answer your question the best is when they're on the ice. When Heisey's on the ice, you just have to be aware of that. So if she gets the puck into certain spaces and certain areas on the ice, it's my willingness to play her one-on-one and don't let her beat me one-on-one. If you get everybody on the ice on your side to focus in on that, it makes their job a little bit more difficult. But, the first step is, 3 lines playing consistent, our defensive group playing consistent, doing the things that we're good at, and try to do that for 60 minutes.
Mark, I know it's still a couple weeks away and you've got your own season to deal with, but are you looking forward to the Olympics this year? And if so, what in particular?
I'm looking forward to it. We have 10 former players that are going to participate. A couple will be their first go around at the Olympic experience. For Hillary Knight, it's going to be her 4th opportunity. And so, whether it's women's hockey or men's hockey, the men's hockey draws a little bit different scenario with the NHL not going. So, what's our team going to look like? And so it'll be fun, it'll be entertaining, and it's good viewing. So hopefully the kids have a wonderful experience, and in the spirit of the Olympics, so everybody does a great job and enjoys themselves and plays up to their capabilities.
I know you get, whenever it comes up, you get asked the questions about when you play. Do your players, have you, over the last however many years you've been coaching, do your players, the current players, know or appreciate what you've done? Do they ask you any other questions around this time of year, stuff like that?
Well, the best analogy I can give you is I took them bowling the other night, and we got to the bowling alley, and the computers weren't working. And so I asked a couple of the players, you know, do you guys know how to keep score bowling? And what type of answer do you think I got? No idea. How do you keep score bowling? So it's like we go back in time, and my experience in the Olympics obviously is well known. I don't talk about it very often. I had a chance up in Duluth last year to sit down with a group and open up the floor and get, you know, he's probably spent an hour asking me questions about it. And so that group got a chance to hear some answers and some stories and things like that. But, you know, my thing is to dial in on what we're trying to do, keep them focused in on that. As I mentioned earlier, this 5 weeks goes by really quick, and for the kids, it's their last kick at the can, and you want to make sure that you do everything possible to have a successful ending.
Where do you think Kennedy's maturity has shown through, either in the room or on the ice? I mean, she's talked a lot about she's learned a lot. 6 years in, you become just a different player. Where do you see it?
I see it just in her composure, and so, you know, generally with young players, inexperienced players, you know, you'll get into a situation, whatever it may be, and it's not going your way or it's not going the team way, and you react in a different way. Where if you're experienced, you're composed, you've been around the block a couple times. She's been with a few different teams. You know, had some really good highs and certainly some lows, but her composure, her patience in her position, I think as a goaltender, if you have that capability to be patient, chance of stopping the puck increase quite a bit. You're not nervous. She's seen a lot of things. She's been in a lot of big games, and so she's comfortable in her own skin. And I think whether it's on the ice or off the ice, she's experienced a lot of things, more so than probably a lot of other players, because she's been on 3 different teams. She's been not dressed. She's had to figure out where her next college experience is going to be. She gets an opportunity to come in here and go after a championship, and is successful doing that. So if I'm her, and when I'm all said and done and I look back at my career, it's been a lot of life lessons, a lot of things that have shaped me as a young lady, and a lot of things that have happened that helped me grow and give me an opportunity to be successful in whatever I decide to do after college hockey.